Hey y'all, Zach McDonald, your real estate agent with Real Property Associates. And in this video, we are gonna tackle step number 4 in the process of selling your home, and that is pricing. Pricing is the 4th step to selling your house. It's usually the first question that sellers have outside of how do I get my house ready to sell? What do I need to do? It's what is the price? What am I gonna sell my house for? Which, granted, that makes sense. But I think that's not the most important thing up front. It's something that you want to have nailed down before putting your house on the market. Now with pricing, ultimately, the value of your house is worth what somebody is willing to pay for it. It's worth what you as a seller are willing to sell for and what a buyer is willing to buy for it. That's the market value of your property. My job as a real estate professional is to provide you with information to make the best decision on pricing possible. So the first thing we're going to do is a comparative market analysis. And this is where we look at all of the recent sales nearby and we help narrow down that value range for your house. As we said earlier, your house is ultimately worth what somebody's willing to pay for, but we want to narrow down that range so we have a really good idea for what that price is going to be. Now, there are certain homes that might sell nearby that aren't anything like yours. Those houses, of course, aren't going to make that list, but we're going to look at the houses that are most similar to yours with the most similar features, most similar size, most similar location, and those are the houses that we're going to use to draw on this value range. As a seller, the next step is deciding what that list price is going to be, and this is where we start talking about strategy. Now there's really only 3 main strategies when we're pricing your house. The first one is to price above the market value. This is that reach price. This is the price where we're just hoping that somebody is willing to pay for your house at this price. And at this reach price, there might be a buyer out there for it. There might. In slower markets, it makes more sense to price a little bit high and work your way down. In a competitive market, sometimes that backfires on you. When you push the price, sometimes you actually end up getting less for your house than if you would have priced on the lower end of the value range. But some people really want to push that price. We can push the price. I ultimately don't make anybody choose a specific price. I am willing to let somebody test the market at a higher price. But what it does is it sometimes causes you to sit on the market longer than you would like to, and then ultimately you end up dropping the price in the end. The second pricing strategy is to price it at the market value. And again, there's a range for the market value. Typically pricing somewhere in the middle of that range is going to kind of be the market value for your home, and that's where the most amount of buyers would be willing to buy your house, and it's also a really good price for your house. You're going to get more showings, you're going to have a lot more activity, you're probably going to be getting an offer in a relatively quick amount of time, and in a hot market, you might even get multiple offers at that price. If we go with the third pricing strategy, that's going to be pricing it on the low end of the value range, or even below the value range. And the logic for this pricing strategy is to create a frenzy, get people's attention, get that multiple offer bid-like activity on your house. You're most likely at the lower price point going to get a lot of showings, just a ton. You're probably going to have a lot of offers as well. Even if you're in a slower market, you're probably going to get the attention just based on the price. And ultimately, pricing is the #1 reason that a house sells or doesn't sell. As a real estate agent, I can do lots of different things with marketing. I can do professional photos, video tours, walkthroughs, all the different things we've talked about. But if we are priced too high, we're going to sit on the market. And if you price on the low side, you're going to be speeding up the timeline. So some people really have to sell quickly and they're super motivated, and so usually pricing on the lower side or in the market range is what's going to be the most beneficial for a quick sale. But sometimes when you price on the low side, you actually get the price bid up and you end up at the higher side of the value range. And I sometimes have houses of mine that sell way above the market value range because of this auction-like frenzy. So it's a tough call. I don't usually tell people you should sell your house for less than what it's worth or list it for less than what it's worth in hoping to get this frenzy, because it doesn't always work that way. Some houses just get one offer. even when they do that. So there's a risk to pricing your house below the market value, and that is that you might get one offer and you're pretty much obligating yourself to take it. So my advice here is to look at that market analysis, talk with your real estate professional about that analysis, and come up with a price that you'd be happy getting and accepting. And of course, you want to hope that you're going to get more offers, but you don't want to choose a price that you're going to be disappointed if you end up getting it.